Hey there. Thanks for joining us tonight on Diversity Saves. If this is your first time tuning in to Diversity Saves, they are a 501c3 nonprofit organization made up of passionate BIPOC, LGBTQIA plus neurodivergent and disabled TTRPG creators, actors, and fans who wanted to create a means to amplify voices not only in the community, but in the works we consume across the industry. They are committed to promoting and uplifting marginalized communities in the tabletop role-playing industry, and with the funding from donors, seek to aid the community with grants for marginalized creators, provide TTRPG supplies and materials to educational and recreational centers to promote education and creative exploration, and uplift voices by providing a platform for underrepresented creators to promote diversity and inclusion. So far, their grant program has given $7,000 back to the community to bring projects to life. And if that's not incredible, I really don't know if I know what is. But howdy, thanks and hi for being here. I'm Urvy Fitz, and I will be your game master today. You can find me pretty much everywhere. I'm Urvy Fitz. I'm the only one out there. And I'm really excited to introduce, hopefully, maybe you've heard about it, but the final girl to everyone tonight. But the only way I'm going to be able to introduce this fun game to folks is by first introducing my fun and fantastic cast of friends I have here. I'm going to just go down the line of what I have them in my Zoom call because I'm not looking at the Twitch screen. So to start us off at the top, we've got Sebastian.
Hello, I am Sebastian Yūe. My pronouns are they, them. I'm better known as a tabletop RPG designer, writer, and editor. I've written official material for Pathfinder and Apocalypse Keys, and I'm the editor for Cosme RPG and Daggerheart. I'm also the publishing coordinator and community manager at Canadian RPG publisher Hit Point Press, and I'm really glad to be here. Thank you.
We're so excited to have you. Steve.
I am Steve. You can find me on the socials at TallHalfling. More importantly, this is Mandy. One of the advantages of having a virtual corporate office instead of the real thing.
I want a baby. Well, a cat, a baby cat.
Yeah, well, we'll have to talk to her agent if we want her to appear any further than that. She is contractually done. So, Steve, TallHalfling, hi.
Obligations fulfilled. Diamond.
Hiya, I'm Madness Diamond, but since you're friends now, you can call me Diamond. I use they, she pronouns. I'm a TTRPG actual play performer, and you will probably see me a little bit of everywhere in the space. I am the administrative coordinator for Dinner and a Game. I am the community manager for the cast side of things for World Tree Quests. I am also I'm working on setting writing for both Valorous Games on Valor the Heroic System and also Worm Shield for Daylight Publications, where I'm also their editor and copy editor as well. Daylight Publications being an indie publisher, ran by creators for creators and such and such. And then as well, I'm also the administrative assistant for a nonprofit called Decrim 305, which is run, owned, and operated and founded by sex workers for sex workers, reaching out and adding basically care and careful, basically help and mutual aid to the Miami-Dade County area of Florida. So, but we also work in conjunction with Yayo Pura Vida, who is our fiscal sponsor, who is a nonprofit the same way that Diversity Saves is. And then we also work with Always a Second Chance as well, and the Mackenzie Project, which is a trans-led, Black femme-led organization which wants to provide gender-affirming resources to the trans community of Miami-Dade County. So, but that's everything I'm working on. You can find me everywhere at Madness Diamond. My link is probably in the chat. And I just create wholesome chaos and help people find places to play their games and players to find tables.
And we love everything you do, Diamond. Thank you. And then we'll wrap it up with our little cast introductions with Batman.
Hello. So I am definitely not Batman. Batman for short. You can't find me anywhere. I am super excited to be here. Totally like brand new. This is the first time I've streamed or done anything like this. I love TTRPGs. I'm more or less like fans of everything that all of you do. I'll be in the background with a sign like, woo, yay. So I'm like the cheering, the fangirl who has now come into the spotlight, slightly afraid, like a deer. But I'm really excited to be here.
And we are so excited to have you. I know everyone in this chat has had their first time at a table, and it's a nerve-wracking experience, but it's going to be fun and great. And as long as you are having fun, it's going to be a great time. And if you're not having fun, please feel free to pop that in the chat, and we'll figure that all out together, because that, again, is the most important thing. But all of that being said, we are here for a little bit more than just a fun time, my friends. We are going to be playing the final girl tonight in order to raise money for Diversity Saves. So before I get too hard into donations, I'm going to talk a little bit about the game itself. So when I start talking about some of these incentives we have for your donations, they might make a little bit more sense for you. But first things first, the game we're going to be playing tonight is called The Final Girl. It is written by Brett Gillen. And this game is an opportunity for players to come together and write their own horror movie. Gives you the opportunity to figure out who your own final girl. Doesn't always have to be a girl, though. We are open for all genders to succeed in surviving till the end of horror movies here. But giving the players the opportunity to discover who their own final girl is, as well as getting the opportunity to have a little bit of a murder hobo spree themselves. The way the final girl works, though, for some background information for our audience, we all have a Google spreadsheet here together that has a collective character pool. So all of the players tonight, myself included, will be switching off in characters. We'll make sure everyone knows who everyone is, though, at the start of all the scenes. As people die, they will not be coming back. We will come back to that, though, in incentive time. But the way this game's going to work is the cast and I, we're going to go through a variety of scenes and have a grand old time for you. Mechanically, the game does work with cards. And that is where our incentives are going to come in for you, my friends, in the chat. So for all of your donations tonight that are going straight into Diversity Saves, at a $5 incentive, you can gift a player of your choice an extra card for their next hand. This could give them the upper hand in surviving another round. This will also include a stained carbon battle map bundle, 8 battle maps to include in your games. There's a $10 incentive that you can change the card color of any player. This gives you the opportunity to potentially save a character by changing a card color to black to red, or helping out the killer if you're feeling a little devious in the chat there, and you could switch their color around red to black. This will also include 2 products for you, the Tome of Dungeons PDF. Tome of Dungeons is a collection of 15 plug-and-play dungeon dives for 5e that can each be easily adapted into any campaign. And the Mad Cartographer map packs. Crooked and Frozen 2, there's over 20 map images at 140 PPI, ready for haunted festive adventures. Then there's a $20 one. For this one, you can gift every player an extra card for their next hand. So, you know, if you want to be really nice and spread some holiday cheer and give everybody the upper hand. This will also include Wormlings RPG. It's a cute, wholesome, all ages TTRPG about young dragons going on adventures and overcoming challenges with friends. That sounds really cute. I kind of want this now. Designed to capture the feeling of cartoons like Steven Universe and My Little Pony, the adventures you go on will vary from facing down an evil wizard to simply trying to find the best birthday present for a friend. It's all up to you and the stories you want to tell. For $25, you can automatically save or kill a character in a scene of your choice. Bom, bom, bom. This will also include Adventure Await, an adventure anthology. Adventures Await is a collection of 45th edition compatible one-shot adventures set in the world of Arden. These adventures vary from level 1 to level 15, and after complete experiences set in the depths of the jungle, beneath the canopies of the great forest, among the dunes of the empty lands, and atop the frozen tundra of the Isle of Frostmarch, among other fantastical locations. Journey across a lore-rich world full of 40 new monsters and 37 new magic items, and work together to foil the plans of countless villains and monstrous beings. This book contains everything you need, aside from the core rulebooks, to run years' worth of content with your friends. And then to top us all off at $75, my friends, the character of the donor's choice can be brought back to life. This will also include a product bundle. So receive a copy of each of the added products: Stained Carbon Battle Map Bundle, Tomb of Dungeons, the Mad Cartographer Backpack, Adventures Await Anthology, and Wormlings RPG. That's a lot of options. That's a lot of fun things you guys can get in on tonight. So really looking forward to seeing those numbers fly, and really looking forward to playing some Final Girl with my friends here tonight. Are all of my fellow castmates though ready to rock and roll?
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, then I'm going to stop rambling on, and we are going to get started. We're going to start off with some introduction scenes. So if all of my fellow castmates, if you'd like to go through and select one of those characters on our character sheet here, if you want to like highlight it or stick your cursor on it, we'll get started on December 13th, 2019. It's a cold winter's day. The snow is blowing gently outside. You think there's been some predictions that a blizzard might be rolling in tonight, but you know how the weather can be. And yet, you have to go to an office party. Not have to go, you get to go. This is, a reward after a busy quarter at your fancy corporate office job. You all have had the top several floors, including the rooftop, rented out for you. You have pretty free roam of the area to meander and mingle with your coworkers. There's a white elephant arrangement that some of the administrative assistants have tried to pull together. It might have not been the most successful, but we appreciate the spirit. So we'll start with Sebastian and make our way down like we did with introductions, and tell us a little about the character and where they might be starting out.
For sure. So at the moment, I'm playing Delilah, who uses she, her pronouns. She is, for lack of a better term, a Nepo baby. She is 25. I think she's probably just walking around looking for people to talk to because she likes to seem, well-connected, and she's very, being here gives her a lot of validation and self-worth.
I love her.
Yeah. She is dressed very stylishly. She's wearing, all of her jewelry is coordinated. Like she's very elegant with a lot of like kind of black with metallic accents, and she looks really good. I'm also playing Ashton, who uses they them pronouns. They are the CEO of this establishment, and they are likewise wandering around looking to talk to people. But they ask throughout the evening. They ask a lot of logistical questions that really they should know the answer to. It's things like, oh, where are the sandwiches? And oh, have those signs been replaced and that kind of thing. So, because they are a little bit out of touch, shall we say, with the rest of the operations of their office. They're making small talk, very polite. Everything is couched in business speak, of course.
Who unfortunately has now gotten wrangled in. I'm allowing volunteers now for the next person to jump in. Who unfortunately has gotten wrangled into a small talk conversation now with your CEO?
Harvey has Harvey is he him pronouns. He's like 45. He's the classic grumpy landlord who he bought like a watch from like the dollar store to the White Elephant because he wants everyone to be on time and get out of the building because he has to pay the bills for the electricity. And he's only there because he thinks he's like the shepherd of the party to make sure it runs smoothly. But really, the people in charge just didn't want anyone to complain that they weren't invited. So that's why he's there. And he's, I like to think he looks like someone who thinks that everything was better before the internet was invented. Like he's got mustache, flat cap, grey hair, his face like a permanent I'm miserable face, but he doesn't realize. So he thinks everyone's like respects him and he's intimidating. But that's not the case at all. And CEO saw him and was like, oh, hey, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
And Harvey understands like 60% of what he's saying. So he's mostly just grunting like, yeah.
Yeah, our CEO loves to hear themselves talk, and that's all the participation needed, to be honest.
Little grunting, a little yes, no, as you it looks great. Everything is being paid quarterly and on time. Where Diamond, who do you have for us in this first scene? And
In this first scene, I have Caroline Carey Turner, who uses she, her pronouns. She is 67 years old, but if anyone has ever asked her, she has never said that she's a day over 45. Of course, she's been 45 for a very long time. And she is a busybody HR assistant. Carrie is very much one of those people, one of those ladies, because she's not a woman, she's a lady, who is completely decked out in more rhinestones than you have ever seen in your life. If you think you've seen rhinestones, you have not seen this many. It is a bedazzled luxury Christmas sweater that lights up and reflects off itself. She decides that she is the centerpiece for this party because she works in HR. She knows everybody's business. She knows everybody. Everybody loves her, allegedly. And she's probably about like, she looks very average for a woman who might or might not be in her 60s. But she comes off as very friendly. But whenever you see her coming, you kind of have this ominous thing of, oh no, she wants to know something about what's going on. Oh no, she knows something and she's coming to confirm. When you see her, it is an ominous sign from the universe. and the clicking and clacking of her little Mary Jane kitten heels across the floor. So, but that's Carrie.
And what is Carrie doing at this particular part? She's got her wonderful sweater on.
Yes. Carrie is at the center of the party. Carrie is trying to be the centerpiece of every conversation and is now just keeping her ears open for anything that sounds interesting or anybody who might say something of interest. And when something does catch that interest, very quick to just insert herself into that conversation. Very quick.
Very quick. Your nearest conversation is probably something you're overhearing between Steve's character and some random NPC that's not even getting a name.
Yeah, we'll go with Bob. Bob is a star recruiter. He's used to working with Carrie. You know, he finds the talent. You know, gets everything moving. I think at the moment. I think at the moment we meet him, having steps aside for a moment, he's arguing with somebody on the phone. Basically, no, you can't go to the party. Just get back to work. You know.
Gatekeep.
You know. He's here at the party, but he's not entirely here at the party yet.
Got the I am in the building. I have my mug of hot chocolate, which, let's be real, is probably one too few Swiss Miss packets with some hot water that they boiled down in the basement. So by the time it got up to the office, it's lukewarm, and that was 2 hours ago.
Yep.
But there's hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Yes, hot chocolate. Excellent. How so Gary, you've probably overheard, I would assume, this conversation gets started. Bob was getting, his hot chocolate together when the phone call came in, and you can see him scurrying off, being like, motherfucker now.
I think as soon as Bob makes any kind of notion to try to leave this party, especially being a recruiter, Carrie needs to know the inside scoop for who might be coming into this company. What the new fun fact about them is. What are they like? What are they good at? And so it's very much that casual heel turn, target locked, beeline, um, and just goes up to Bob and just ends up standing in his way and starts a conversation. And it's very simple of like, oh my gosh, you look so nice. You look so good. You look so professional. You look like you're working too hard. You should really have some fun. Who are you bringing into the company next? And it gets right down to business.
You realize all that stuff is wasted on me, right? I mean, I every I'm your friend strategy, I know too. So, but it's good to see you. It's good to see you. And our new med guy is just needs to get with the program, and he has great ideas about how to keep people working, how to increase productivity. Just need a little bit of light a little bit of a fire under him, I think.
Bob, that's how you burn down forests of potential. We had this talk.
Forests of
It's okay.
potential, forests of competitors. It'll be fine.
You shouldn't leave yet. The party's just getting started, and they're supposed to be promoting somebody. And maybe that
Really?
won't be your job. Yes.
Yeah.
I heard it through, the Christmas wreath. This is
Might be
why we're
worth
friends.
sticking around a little bit longer, sure.
Yes, this is why you should stick around me a little bit longer. Now tell me more about this med guy. And then they go.
Yep.
I heard the relationship just term in general, friends, drop a couple of times. For mechanical sake, would we say that Carrie and Bob are friends? That they might scratch each other's back every once in a while?
How does Bob feel about Carrie?
Yeah, I think mechanically speaking, yeah, I think friends. I'm not entirely sure that Bob 100% grasps the concept of friends, but closest thing that he's likely to have to one.
I'm good. I'm cool with
Oh,
this.
that's so cute. Closest he's gonna get. So as Bob and Carrie have stepped to the side, we've had a small talk conversation going on of the most, I'm sure, awkward delights between Ashton and Harvey. What is that looking like over there?
So Ashton is, when Ashton sees Harvey, they're just like, "Oh, Harvey, so wonderful that you could make it," and does the whole, pat on the back, firm handshake. Are you giving the watch to Ashton, or did you get someone else for the white elephant?
Yes, definitely to Ashton.
Yes.
That would be amazing. And when they do the handshake, Harvey's like squeezing as hard as he can
Yeah.
to try and establish dominance.
Yes. Being the clueless CEO that they are, Ashton just smiles warmly, and they do their regular handshake, and accepting the watch. Oh, this is lovely. Thank you. And pushes up. I push up the sleeve of my left arm, and you can see that I'm wearing a watch that is worth more money than you make in like a month. And you have given them this dollar store one. But nonetheless, I take off the one that I'm already wearing and I replace it with the one that you got. And I say, "Oh, what a wonderful gift. Goes great with my tie." And my tie is Christmas themed. It does not go with the tie whatsoever. But yeah. So how have things been with you? Keeping the lights on, I see. I gesture to the horrendous overhead lighting.
Yeah, Harvey's gonna see that he took off the watch. And I like to think like a teeny tiny crack in his stone heart like opened up there. Ashton's like going against all of his CEOs are the worst. The corporate ladder is made of thorns, etc., etc., prejudices. And he kind of has his arm, he's gonna fold his arms and be like, well, yeah, thought you needed to, stay on time and stuff. Time, it's money. Money's time is money. Yeah, lights are on. I know where all the switches are. I switched them earlier to keep them on. Was that a Rolex?
It might have been, yes. My wife got it for me as an anniversary present. But I couldn't agree with you more. Time is money, and I must say, you're doing a wonderful job. It's a pleasure working with you. I hope you have a wonderful time at this party. And I gesture to where everyone else is, and this is your invitation to go and mingle and have a good time.
Oh,
Harvey's gonna like nod, like tip his flat cap a little bit, kind of clear his throat again, like yeah, no, nice talking to you. Yeah, nice talking to you. And then he's just gonna walk away and stand by a wall next to the water.
The water cooler.
Yeah, gets some water. It's like
There's like a little
because
tinsel
he
wreath
doesn't really
that's
know
just
anyone.
yeah, there's like a little tinsel wreath that's just been placed on top of the water cooler so that it is
Yeah.
part of the festivities.
Of course, of course.
It joins in every conversation. I'm gonna ask the same question for Ashton and Harvey. Would we say this is the start of a beautiful blossoming friendship?
Don't
I think Harvey might think so,
good. That's
but
what Ashton wants him to
yeah,
think.
I totally wanted him to be super grumpy and mean, but Ashton's like just pure heart of gold.
No,
Melted this immediately.
Ashton. No, Ashton is just very charismatic and knows what to do in the right moment. They have no brain cells to speak of, but they can talk to people.
It's all in charisma.
Yeah, it's all in charisma.
Yeah,
So, you can have a
I'd like to
friendship with
say,
Ashton,
yeah,
but they
like the moment has kindled something.
yeah, but also, you're never going to see them wearing that watch again. Like it's a courtesy thing.
We do appreciate a polite to the face CEO. We'll take it. They can read the room, but not big on reading books.
Now,
So as festivities begin to take place, we'll circle into a new set of scenes. These first introduction scenes are just a great opportunity to start ramping up some extra cards in your character's hands. So we can give Ashton and Harvey that friends with if we want to go ahead. We'll mark that on our sheets over here. But then I am going to ask for a volunteer from the cast for who would like to set up the next introduction scene.
I'd be happy to do it with Delilah.
Yeah, bring it on.
So I think Delilah is convinced that this promotion is going to her. She has this rivalry with Bob because Bob being the recruiter, Delilah did not take the traditional process to getting this job. And Carrie knows this being the HR person. And so Delilah is very smug. She is walking around like she already has this promotion. And who else? Who haven't we met yet? Let's see.
Steve, who haven't we met yet?
Well, we've met Ashton, but we haven't met Mrs. Ashton. We haven't met Lucy yet.
Lucy. Okay. Yeah. So Delilah will find Lucy and will be like, "Oh, hey," like in a very overly familiar manner.
Oh, she's gonna get that right back.
Yeah.
Laid on thick. Lucy's gonna be like, "Oh, hi. It's so nice to see you. Good. Thank you so much for coming." The classic like hug, arms stretched out as wide as she can for the hug, but when the arms come round, she doesn't actually touch you. She's like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. And I'm just like, "Oh, I wouldn't miss it."
Oh, you are such a sweetie. Thank you so much, Deborah. So glad that you're here.
Yeah.
Isn't this just a lovely spread?
Yeah, it is. Perfect for a celebration of, such a momentous occasion, don't you think?
you just know exactly what to say. I am so glad that you could be here tonight, Deborah. Like, it's so important to all of us at this company, me, uh, and Ashton, Ashton, my husband, the CEO, yeah, me and Ashton at this company to have every one of the like small people who like build us up, the like really little gears in this company to be part of this party. Like, Deborah, you're amazing. You are so amazing. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're calling me. Deborah, you are so wonderful. So she's wearing this really big, fluffy, like white fur kind of shawl, um, which like it's obviously faux fur because she's got to keep up appearances, but I'm pretty sure it might actually be real fur because it's just more luxurious. Ooh. Um, and you can tell that whole time she did not know Delilah's name at all. And she doubled down on the fact that she didn't know Delilah's name and specifically got it wrong. And like
Yeah, I
she
pick up on that.
yeah, she's clearly in her own world and very obsessed with her position. And she thinks it's a lot more important than it is. Or is it?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so when you walk off, I kind of adjust myself so that my name tag is very visible. It says, it says Delilah, she, her, it's a corporate, like everyone's wearing a hello, my name is, because it's a big office, there's a lot of people, not everybody has met. I'll adjust myself so that's very prominent. And I stare after you. And for a moment, I have a very sour expression on my face. And then I kind of shrug it off, run my hand through my hair, and kind of cock my head with a little smile and kind of telling myself that it doesn't really matter because I'm getting promoted this evening. She'll remember me.
she won't.
No, she won't.
Whoa.
And I'm going to, yeah, and I'm going to kind of go over to the spread and look at it and kind of take a cracker or something and just have a nibble.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one was calling Lucy at all. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
She just wandered off in a direction.
Yeah, dramatically.
Yeah.
As they should. As she should.
Do you want to put that down as a rivalry, Sebastian?
I think so. Yeah, I'm down to do that.
Yeah.
The spicy rivalry. So as our camera
Yeah,
would pan.
are we allowed to have multiple people to be rivals
Yeah.
with? Okay, good. Yeah, because
Yeah, I feel like
okay,
everyone's
honestly,
gonna
I
hate
am so
Lucy.
down for Delilah to be rivals with everyone because she is a Nepo baby, did nothing to earn this position that she has. She's very entitled and just assumes that she'll get everything.
Exactly the same with Lucy, to be honest. I think they're very similar people, but Lucy is a lot further along in her climbing up, clawing her way to the top. And she's fully ready to make that clear to everybody.
Just don't let Lucy hear you say that she's like anybody else in this company.
No.
No, whenever Lucy's in the room, you only talk positives about Lucy. And even when Lucy's not in the room, you use a code name in reference to Lucy because other people could be listening in.
So, what actually is Lucy's job? I think I would know this, but what does she do?
Sorry, she does not have one. She's not employed at the company. She is just the wife of the CEO. That's all she does. But she sees herself as like a manager of some kind, that she's the one who like because Ashton, bless him, is a total sweetie pie. Sometimes she'll be like, Ashton, you know, you've got to show a sign of strength. Like, these people have to respect you. Like, you can't be loved and feared at the same time, okay? Like, we've got to have some spine. And all of this advice only comes from her watching The Apprentice and nothing else. She has no idea what she's doing, but
Hilarious.
she thinks she does.
Hilarious. Yeah. Also, Ashton uses they, them, so
I'm so sorry.
still good.
So Lucy has wandered off, and Delilah Deborah has made her way over to our charcuterie spread. What is at the charcuterie spread? Anybody can answer. This is a group effort.
I feel like it was advertised as this can definitely be like a potluck kind of situation to spread the festivities, show us what you would bring to your family because we're all a family. And then a lot of people are like, I'm just gonna pick something up from the grocery store on my way here. So it's a lot of the same things. You probably have like 3 fruitcakes from the same like store, like the same prepackaged charcuterie, like circle tin from the same deli that was happened to still be open. And then probably like somebody decided it's like they brought like discount, obviously Halloween candy and just poured that into a bowl and thought, oh yeah, the packages are green. It's Christmas, it's green. So yeah. But one of the things that's definitely there is a bowl of candies that are all red and green. And they might or might not be a mixture of M&Ms and Skittles brought by Colin.
Tell us a little bit about Colin. How is he doing?
Colin Turner, the somehow nephew, kind of relative is probably a better term, of Carrie, uses they, them pronouns and is a very trusting intern. But at the same time, Colin likes a little bit of mischief here and there because Colin wasn't supposed to be at this party. Colin was dragged here to be basically a gopher. If anybody's not familiar with the term, it's whenever you run around and do errands for somebody. Usually in like a convention space, they use gophers a lot to go between tables and make sure that GMs are doing good. But Colin acts as a gopher for Carrie at this event, where if Carrie needs something, you see her kind of in the distance snapping, expecting Colin just to rush right up because that's family. The family helps family. But Colin is masculine presenting, but still uses they, them pronouns, and is kind of like haphazardly put together. Like this was a very last minute thing. They probably thought they were just going to be able to stay home and like watch like Miracle on 39th Street or like watch something or just be in the house and not have to worry about anything until Great Aunt Carrie called and said, you have to go to this thing with me. So they are wearing really beat up boots, like probably like off-brand Doc Martin kind of beat up boots. The nicest pair of jeans they could find that doesn't have holes in them and might be able to pass off as like nice pants. And then like a shirt that maybe like once was a really nice like button down, but it's missing a couple buttons here and there, and it's a little bit too big on them, and it's definitely not tucked in because they could not be bothered with that. And they have really shaggy like brown hair that just is covering their face. And they are trying their best to just keep an eye on that bowl of candy to see what if people are just going to take a handful and get M&Ms and Skittles in the same bite for a little bit of entertainment.
Nice. But Colin doesn't want to be here, right?
No, Colin
Okay.
did not expect to be. Colin didn't expect to be here. They're just an intern, and this was advertised as being like an upper level party. So they just thought it's like, oh, well, I'm not working tonight. I thought I would have the night off. But yes, but they are within eye distance of you.
Yeah, I want to pitch that Colin and Delilah are friends because Delilah kind of sees, because we're on a similar kind of level in terms of seniority, but Colin doesn't want to be there, and Delilah's kind of sees Colin like she sees them as like her kind of project, and so like her
Mhm.
goal is to make Colin like enjoy the corporate environment and to kind of integrate them into the office and like just kind of show them how to do it essentially. Like whether Colin appreciates this or not is up to you, but
I
but
think
Delilah definitely thinks
Colin's
of them as friends.
I think Colin's just happy that somebody noticed they were existing in the space.
Okay.
They're very simple, in that most people just see an intern and like, hey, you with the face, like, do this for me, go get me this. But Delilah is probably the only person that Colin will actively check on during the work days. Colin will just go ahead and bring like Delilah. It's like, this is your coffee order. This is exactly how you want it. I went exactly to the shop that you like. How do I work the printer?
Yeah, fair. So like Colin got all of like the shitty intern jobs and like Delilah got all of the kind of, sit at your desk and do
Yes.
nothing jobs. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'll wave them over and be like, oh my gosh, Colin.
Oh, Delilah, don't eat the candy from that bowl. I mixed M&Ms and Skittles together.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay.
I really hope somebody just grabs a handful and goes to town on it because I want to see that. That
Oh,
if I have to be here, I want a little bit of entertainment. But are you working on your like I got promoted speech?
yeah. I mean, I have the whole thing like memorized in my head. I know what's happening.
I believe in you.
I've been
I
practicing. It's gonna be great.
yeah. You're like the nicest person here, I think. So you're
Thank
gonna do
you.
great.
Oh, thank you. You're so nice to me too. Yeah.
You actually remember I exist. So
Yeah.
just let me know what new room number to bring your coffee order to in the mornings.
Yeah, for sure, bestie.
Best. Is that short for best friends?
Yeah, bestie.
Okay, bestie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. This completely makes sense. Yeah. You'll do great. You're gonna do great. You look
Thanks. You're
amazing.
gonna do great too. I love your boots.
Thank you. I got them at a thrift store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can find a lot of good stuff at thrift stores.
I once found a really cool painting of a dog playing poker. Just one singular dog. I don't know who the dog was playing poker with, but I think they had a really good hand.
Did you get it?
Yeah, it's in my so it hangs right next to my bookshelf, but like I'm still finding books to put on the bookshelf because I got the bookshelf before I got the books. Because someone told me
Mm.
that's how you're supposed to do that. So like I'm just looking for books to pick up, but usually like I got the bookshelf on like the side of the street. Um and I like repainted it, so it was really cool.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're looking for book recommendations, I can recommend several. There's a really great one that I just read. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Did you write it?
No, I could have.
You should. You should write a book next.
I'm working on it. This is like my kind of promotion era, like of my memoir. This is like maybe going to be like chapter 2 or something. Don't worry, you're going to be in it.
I am honored. Bestie.
Yeah. So like I'll just kind of hang out with Colin and we'll
Mm.
watch the M&M Skittle Bowl.
Yes.
So what's happening over at the M&M Skittle Bowl? Who is falling victim to this M&M Skittle Bowl?
Well, okay, so we've got the HR side, we have the like in charge folks. About time we meet Tom. He's a middle manager, middle America, middleweight, going through a midlife crisis, and he's casually chatting with a couple of people. He has a handful of candy from the bowl, but hasn't actually eaten any yet. He's just, mostly just making conversation, but I think who we haven't met yet.
Yeah, no.
Well, we haven't met Reba, so maybe
No,
that'd
we
be
have not. Reba comes on up. Now she's a transfer assistant. She works down at a different headquarters for corporate. Um, and recently got transferred up here, and she hates all of this snow that's been coming through. And she's real mad that she had to come up to this office party when it's snowing outside. Like, I'm supposed to be at home by my fireplace with my little puppy dog. Not, I don't have the tires for this. The last time I saw snow, I was like 5.
well, it's fairly normal around here. I can refer you to my mechanic if you need some all-weather tires. That's usually pretty sufficient around here. It's not like not like you need chains and all that nonsense. That was my old office way up north.
I mean, if you say so, you gonna eat them candies? Because, like, it's real gross that you just got your hand in the bowl.
Well,
Like, you could just scoop them into something separate if you wanted.
all right. He finds a paper cup or something, and
Probably all there is like styrofoam cups. 'Cause
Yeah.
somebody probably brought paper plates because everybody just brought charcuterie dishes.
yep. So sad little styrofoam cup with M&Ms and Skittles, which he's mostly using like a prop to gesture about, and he's filling Reba in about the latest gossip at the water cooler over there.
Oh, at the water cooler. You mean where that guy's just standing on over there? He looks a little weird by himself, just standing there. Maybe you should go talk to him.
Why don't you come along? I'll introduce you.
All right, introduction. Okay. And she'll start getting her hair fixed up, because she did do her hair because it has to be as close to God as possible. She does have the bump it in. Full bump it. And she's trying to fight Carrie for best rhinestone bedazzled sweater. Carrie's winning. Like, at the end of the day, Carrie's got with it. Like, because Reba's got the fringe, not the rhinestone.
Can we make them rivals?
Yes, they're not even here. They can hate. Yes,
They're both assistants too. I think they're rivals because Carrie's hair cannot have that much volume now. No matter how much hairspray is a biohazard to the ozone, Carrie's hair just can't stand like that anymore.
yeah. No, Reba is alone, like, responsible for at least a mile
Mm-hmm.
in that ozone hole, and she's only 39. Like, this is in the last like 12 years.
I like
Like,
to
look at
think
it.
Harvey's been called out multiple times because the fire alarms have gone off because of the hairspray, which is why Carrie is no longer allowed to use.
That's funny.
Carrie and Reba get bag checked at the bottom every day. Like, all right, no, ladies, you can't have that. This can be considered a weapon. It's a flamethrower now.
Oh, aerosol not being allowed in concert stadiums.
You just see their email community. You do not. They are very passive aggressive, and neither one of these women use emojis.
Neither one.
All right. I think that wraps up our introduction scenes. I know there's one more, but we can leave one for the killing.
I do like the idea that as Tom's taking Reba over to meet this person that neither one of them has ever seen in their life, that's when we briefly meet Sterling, because they see him every single day, but they've just never noticed the janitor because he's the janitor, because he just completely does not register.
He is the sticky note in your cubicle. He's there every day. He's just part of the office. He blends in.
It's kind of like seeing your favorite teacher at the grocery store.
Yeah.
They're supposed to exist at school, you know?
I don't think Sterling tried, though, at all remotely to look good for this Christmas party in any way, shape. I'm pretty sure he thought he was here as a worker. He's still convinced he's a worker because no one's taken the trash can out of his hand that he's been changing. He's just going through cubicles and changing them, and snuck himself a hot chocolate at one point, and then maybe kind of brushed elbows with Harvey a little bit, and by snuck a hot chocolate, I mean he probably snuck a hot chocolate, if you know what I mean. He's got himself a little flask he keeps in his janitorial pusher.
Maybe that elbow brush. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Maybe that elbow brush was a bit more of a knock. I like to think that Harvey might take it personally that someone else has the keys to the building other than him. So there could be like a potential rivalry there.
Oh, I like it.
That Harvey's control is not complete.
No, I like that. No, definitely Sterling and Harvey having a rivalry. They get in a little bit early. They're fighting to arrange who is going to call for like the window cleaners to come in, and then it turns out neither one of them end up doing it. That's the receptionist down at the very bottom of the whole building, instead of the individual business, and yes. Tom and Reba, though, did Tom have anything he wanted to say to Sterling when they were bumping in and making their way over towards Harvey? And
I think it's just really, really awkward. You don't want to admit to somebody that you never noticed them in the 5 years they've been working here. But also, you're not gonna go out of his way to apologize to the help, so it's awkward. I don't think we have to see that play out.
Yeah.
It's just
happy holidays, happy holidays to you too.
Yeah.
Who was that guy? I don't know.
Why does he smell like pine sol?
There's worse things he could smell like. There are worse things he could smell like. I ain't gonna regale you with the horrors that I had to deal with, but when men come back from the rodeo, sir, that's where we're gonna end that one. And as the festivities play on, we will move into our first blood scene. So for this scene, we're going to want to take a look over at our character sheet and be looking for our characters with the least amount of relationships. We'll have each of you select one from that. That their list of low relationships, if we want to go over one last time and make sure all of them are looking good, looking spicy, looking fun.
Yeah, I'm seeing that Tom and Ashton don't have a lot.
I would love for Colin to have a screwing with relationship with Ashton.
Yeah, Ashton is, I guess, is Lucy aware or is Lucy involved? Because
I
she's their
feel like
wife.
I
I
think
think
it's because I like the way that you had described it of, at least from my perspective with Colin, is like I liked the way you said it's like Ashton's very charismatic. Colin's not. Colin sees that as like you like you're like Carrie. Carrie doesn't like people. And so it's like Colin's just very distrusting of Ashton, but it's not a rivalry. So however Lucy would see that then.
I think for Lucy, it's probably a she 100% knows about it. Um, but all like it doesn't like register for appearance's sake. Because her relationship with her spouse is, perfect because she is perfect. But she definitely knows about it and almost, I wouldn't say approves, but if it means Ashton is more like he can keep playing his role, they can keep playing their role, then she doesn't mind, maybe.
Okay. So just to clarify, screwing doesn't necessarily mean they're fucking, but it can. Is that what you, sorry,
Yeah.
like just to
Yes.
check in with the table about
Yes.
this?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Because Urvy mechanically screwing with means that you can either choose to be friends or you can choose a rivalry. It's like you're
Correct.
somewhere in the middle and
Okay.
fluctuating.
It would be that in the moment you like going into a bad situation, you have the folks that you know you can rely on, the folks you can't rely on, and then the folks that like you're hoping you could
Okay.
rely on but might not.
Yeah. So I think that, yeah, so I think it makes sense that like maybe Ashton has been there for Colin several times, but at the end of the day, they are going to like prioritize the interests of the company and they're going to tell Colin, look, this is for the good of everyone. Like you're also going to benefit from this, even if they really are not. So,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. Just wanted to check with everyone if we're good with that power dynamic.
Making sure all dynamics are also consensual.
Mm-hmm.
Harvey.
Yeah.
Ashton.
Good with that.
Throw a Harvey on this little line here for you, Sebastian. Colin, Delilah.
My
And I
Just
characters
make
think
are
sure everything is
drawing.
reciprocated.
Sterling and Harvey, Delilah and Lucy. Poor Delilah.
No, don't feel sorry for her. She brought this on herself. She's a horrible person.
I love her so much. Carrie and Reba.
My characters are drawing right now with 2 each.
And I
So-
will say Sterling and Reba are free game. Like y'all don't that you feel free if anybody wants to snag one of those for this first blood scene, you are more than welcome to.
Do we want to say that that Tom and Reba are friends, kind of in the like middle to middle?
Yeah, I like it. The definitely the like, all right, well, I know you're the only person here I can tolerate. I won't bless your heart every day.
Yeah.
I kind of want Lucy to have a screwing, mostly because I want I just want her life to be as like complicated as possible underneath her veneer of perfection. But I think it might be like a dirty little secret, kind of.
Yes.
Mm.
And I
So I'm
100% do
trying to
not know
figure
about it because Ashton is completely clueless. Like they're just like dee in their own little corner. Like,
Yeah. And it's got to be someone who she would actively avoid at this party and be awfully ashamed about secretly. But I'm not sure who it should be.
could be Sterling.
I mean, I that would
If
be
the groups, if because like I said, Sterling or Reba's open for everyone. So if everyone's down with the Sterling
Yeah.
option there, that's
I think that's probably
Yeah.
like the spiciest option.
Definitely.
it's where my
And the
bride first
one-
went.
Right.
It's the one so most divorced from the image she's trying to portray
Mhm.
of her life. So yeah, I think that we'll do that, and then it's the tiebreaker.
I think I'm going to say that Tom and Sterling are probably screwing, because I don't see Tom stooping to have a rivalry, but if you insult the guy who's taking care of everything around you every day, all day long, there's a whole passive aggressive thing I think going on. If you're not gonna notice me, I've got free reign to mess with you all I
Do what
like.
I want. Yeah.
So I have a question. Does anyone
Yes.
like absolutely hate this very charismatic CEO? Because I think because Ashton makes it very difficult for people to hate them because they keep their image very squeaky clean. They're very nice to people's faces, and they are a genuinely likable person. Like, but also they're also the CEO and inherently just the CEO, you know, because they don't have any rivalries at the moment. And I feel like maybe some people should hate them for reasons.
For just the purpose of
I mean, they make the most
CEO-dom.
money and they,
I was gonna say I'm totally deadly good not to throw Sterling's name under the bus 100 gajillion times, but
What would you think? Probably is a rivalry about Ashton and Lucy, because
yeah.
Lucy knows how this company should be run, and so trying to get things done, in the background without Ashton catching on. I can see them.
Can we be screwing and also
Shadow.
rivals? Does it work like that, Urvy?
it's only gonna be like one relationship because once you're screwing,
Oh, okay.
it would determine because then you're not rivals because you're screwing.
Oh, okay.
I do agree that I think the only positive connection between them both is the company. Like it's very much a facade. So I definitely like the idea of them having a rivalry because
We can move it from screwing to rivalry. That
yeah,
could be fun.
yeah, we totally should.
Oh,
Once that doesn't matter, I think they're completely different people, not like maybe it was like the marriage was beneficial, not in
Yeah.
a emotional way.
It was
Yeah.
a part of a corporate merger or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like it was
Yeah, yes.
can I pitch something?
yeah.
Yes.
The company was started, run, whatever, by Lucy's dad. She inherited the company, but the old boys club insisted on putting Ashton in the seat.
Yes, and that perfectly relates to Lucy's rivalry with Delilah because Lucy is like the peak She's the peak Nepo baby. This is what Delilah aims for. She wants to make it there, to use this influence to be able to have an entire company.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I do want to offer a screwing for Carrie and Delilah. Because HR has a lot of beneficial information for a Nepo baby.
Yes.
But it's very much instead of like with Colin, how it's like, Colin's just a very sweet person. Carrie has ulterior motives, and Carrie and Delilah, it's like, Carrie's like, I see a younger version of me who could be very successful, but also like, you're so entitled.
Yeah.
But you're so beneficial
But
because you
also
have
Carrie approved
connections.
this in the first place. So there is
Yeah.
yeah, no, I like that. I like that.
Does anyone want a rivalry
Yeah.
with Colin?
I was wondering
Bebop.
whether Colin and Sterling might have something going on just as the two people who are just not interested in playing all the corporate politics.
Bottom of the
Hostility
rung.
and invisibility.
Bless him.
I
Yes.
did slip in Tom and Bob are rivals just because, you know, the guy who's looking for the extraordinary people and the guy who is absolutely nothing of the kind.
The 9-to-5er and huzzah! Yeah.
Mhm.
Bob has no idea how Tom has retained this job. They are
Yep.
completely confounded by Tom's
Mhm.
existence in the company.
Tom's got tenure at 32.
32.
Got tenure.
That's impressive.
Been here since 22. That's how it works. Work your way up over a decade.
I think I kind of want Colin and Sterling to be friends. It's the
Yeah.
solidarity and being invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know where the good supplies are hidden.
Yeah, no, and Sterling would sneak Colin, you know, that extra good stuff for some pranks
Mhm.
occasionally and be like, yeah, you know, you should. Yeah.
Colin cleans up after themselves, so it's
Right.
fine.
And that's
That's like
really
the
all
minimum.
Sterling asks for is please
Yeah,
don't make
that's all
me
it takes.
sanitize.
Yes. No
The
glitter.
last intern never made it back out of the basement, so
I'd like to put forward Harvey and Reba to be friends. Mostly because they're both a little bit of outsiders, with Reba being a transfer. And I like the idea of their friendship of just Reba like talking at him. And he's just like, yeah. He doesn't
don't worry, she'll
like,
talk about you all day. She's got 13 chickens out there, but she wasn't able to bring them all up here because there are different city limits about pets.
yeah, yeah.
I can't
He
have
likes
my rooster.
You've it's important. Chicken's man's best woman's best friend. They
Like,
can't
really,
limit you
are
like
those
that.
hens laid all of my eggs and now I don't get a dozen every week? And it is a disappointment. Do you know how expensive eggs are? And the groceries up here are ridiculous.
Oh,
Don't get
it's
me
a
started.
nightmare.
Yeah.
We are being shafted. Ugh. Yeah. I like to think they complain about stuff like that all the time.
Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna do a last call for any last relationships y'all want to throw out there.
Mine are drawing again. Gosh. Oh no. Who do I want to die more?
Yeah, that's really where that question's gonna come up. So yes, we'll go ahead, take a look through all of the characters again. Reba and Sterling are available. I'm gonna have each of you four go ahead and pick one of those if you want to stick your cursor on it so everybody knows where you're going with it. Looking for the character with the least amount of relationships first, because this scene we're going into is a scene no one's coming out of.
Yeah. Well, mine have pulled even, but chat seems to have very strong feelings that Bob must stick around. So I think Tom's.
I think Tom's going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for Harvey to be friends with Colin in almost like a dad way? Because
Fine with me.
yeah, because Colin is the youngest and they have the least experience, and Harvey might kind of take like a paternal role and be like, you're right, champ. I hope you're doing okay. No one's taking advantage of you, all right?
Yeah, I think that would be really cute.
Yeah, yeah. Plus Lucy needs to die, so
Okay. So it looks like we've got Tom, Carrie, Ashton, and Lucy. Right.
Yeah.
Feel free to hop in, but the office party has started to kick off. Coworkers are mingling and moseying between cubicles, hanging around a wreath-laid water cooler, having great discussions. Several people have now stuck their hands into a bowl of candy that is both Skittles and M&Ms, and there have been screeches of both delight and disappointment.
And Tom germs.
And Tom germs. There are
Yes.
lots of Tom germs in there. And Reba she would have sprayed it down with some hand sanitizer, but nobody's gonna like that taste. We ain't that kind of party. And as the night has started to progress, we're probably a good hour in. Folks have started to, we've cleared out a couple of plastic trays of miscellaneous deli meats and cheeses at this point. The punch bowl is getting really low because people were not satisfied with the hot chocolate that was available. And at this point, Carrie, I'm sure, has sent somebody other than Colin, her other gopher that she's got around down and out in order to go collect some more goodies and refresh up what she can. We got the business card out. And of course, whenever we get to business cards and debates about parties and things, Lucy and Ashton it's been a tenuous relationship, and they don't need the lower staff, shall we call you, for right now, because I can't think of the word I actually want instead. If anybody can think of the word that I'm looking
The
for.
underlings.
See, and that was the other word I had, but that felt almost worse. But yes, the underlings, the lower staff, all of you regular people.
Peons.
Yes, you all don't get to hear these discussions that these two have, and they have stepped off and up to the rooftop. Which of course at this point Tom and Carrie are also stepping out to the rooftop because you need a little smoke break every once in a while. It gets stressful up there. Need a little fresh air, if you will, if you're not into the cigarette smoke break motif of it all. Rooftop's pretty nice though. Y'all have taken the opportunity to string up some little Christmas lights up there. It's cold though, which is why nobody's actually gone up to enjoy the rooftop. And as Tom and Carrie, you all step out onto the rooftop. Lucy and Ashton, what are these two going to be overhearing?
Okay, so I think, Lucy, are you proposing plans to me or something? Because, like, I never have plans. Like,
Yes. Yes, I think. She'll be insisting vehemently on a new policy about limes in the water coolers because but not lemons though, because she recently read on Facebook that lemons aren't natural and that we like humans like crossbred oranges and something else to create lemons. So she's like, it's got to be limes, honey. The we need our worker bees need their antioxidants to
right. Do you think it would improve morale? Do you think that we could, is it possible that we could, convene a working group about this and send out surveys? And I think that data collection is really key here. I need to have my finger on the pulse of the workplace so that everyone feels like their input is being heard. I can't just introduce this Lyme policy without some measure of consultation, you understand?
Oh, Ashton, sweetie, you're talking like their opinion matters. You are the
Doesn't matter to me.
head
We're
of
like a
this
family.
company. Like, yes, like, which means we override their opinions and push forward with what they need. That's what a family does. Leaders of a family know what's best.
Yeah, sounds like my in-laws.
Daddy is always right, obviously.
How about we table this discussion and we just enjoy the evening? Because, this party is really my gift to everybody. And it's such a nice night. And I wouldn't want to talk business now.
You insist. I haven't had enough cocktails for this.
Would you like me to go get you one?
Always know what to say, dearie.
They're also a wife guy.
Mhm.
I think at around that point, Tom and Carrie arrive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know this is not the best time, but I keep asking Bob to recruit me some more people to pick up the slack, and he mumbles something about some medical project and refuses to do anything. I'm sorry. I shouldn't complain. I'm certainly not at a Christmas party. Just I don't know what he's thinking.
Well, I'm listening, you know, but I really do think you need to go through the proper chain of command to like actually file your complaint about Bob not getting you the people you need. I'm not at my desk with my computer, like, and I could definitely send off that email whenever we're not at the party for you. But if I do, like, then what if Bob gets upset? Bob's had a really hard time about it lately. He's working so hard for the company. And he's really doing his best. And then it's hearing the conversation that Ashton and Lucy, and it's kind of like multitasking in Carrie's brain. And it's like once again starts listening to whatever Tom has to say about like how Bob's not handling things properly, but really cluing in on the fact of like, oh, Ashton's actually trying to like go through the proper protocol. That's nice to hear. And then it's just Lucy trying to push through because it's the comment about like we're like a family. And Carrie is one of the few people here who actually has family members in the company. Um, and that's whenever once again you get the heel turn, and it's like, Ashton, our
Oh,
wonderful, glorious.
Carrie,
You
enjoying
are
the evening?
Oh, it's so lovely. You have thrown a miraculous party. It's like a Christmas miracle.
Oh, thank you. It wouldn't be possible without, it's a team effort. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes. And I'm glad that you let everyone have a little bit of a hand in making this miracle happen. Because I know you know how much work everyone does for this company and all
Yes.
the little moving parts and functions. Unlike some people who just think that we're worker bees. Bees do make honey, and honey makes things sweet, and without that sweetness, the world's really sour. So, and making things too sour just kind of makes things sad. So, and you also know that citrus is also not very good for some people's stomachs, especially whenever they're drinking coffee, of all things, because the way that that mixes up in the stomach just really adds to some upsetness. And then more bathroom breaks and more people away from their desks. So just, but I'm glad the party is going so good. You did such a wonderful job. It's such a lovely gift to all of us.
Carrie!
Lucy.
It is so impressive how confident you are in expressing your opinions. I am so
Yes.
glad that we can foster this environment of hearing what you have to say.
Yes. It's so nice that you like to come to a place that you don't work to support your loving spouse who works so hard all the time. It's so nice to see family coming to visit.
We, like my dear Ashton said, we are a team.
Mhm.
And you might say that because I am not paid to be here, my my helping hands are just that little bit more pure, not being diluted by a monetary incentive. I am here just to help the company grow as a group, as a team, not
Yeah.
not favoring any individuals, not lifting anyone else above anyone else, obviously. We are all equal in our subservience to the head of the company.
Equal.
You hear
Carrie, you must have eaten something weird. I mean, I'm so happy that you're confident enough to not be embarrassed by that kind of noise.
Equal.
Tom has been hanging back. The more they talk about equality, the more he's been hanging back, and I don't belong here. I possibly I think he was starting to walk toward the door, and now that's where the noise is coming from, and he's backing up toward the rest of them.
Yes.
I'm not the only one who hears that, right?
No, oh, Tom, never mind. Come over here. Come join us.
And you all can
He
hear
knows my
It's an
name.
echo, Tom.
the
It's an
rooftop
echo.
door rattling.
Oh, I suppose it is rather windy. Oof.
And then it pushes open. And as it swings open with a gust, you can see standing in the doorway are several. I'm not gonna say well dressed, but they're definitely dressed appropriately for an office. They've got their nice little button ups. Couple of them have some sweater vests on. They're not festively dressed. Any ties anybody's had is very like loosely worn. It definitely appears that they've been off the clock for a couple of hours at this point. These folks that you see standing in the doorway now are absolutely exhausted. They have been putting in so much time crunching numbers and running reports and making phone calls, responding to emails, doing, who knows what at this particular future stocks corporation. We're just, they're pulling every little receipt that they can out of the air. And as they are looking at you all, slack-jawed, drool pouring out onto the rooftop before you. You can see the one in front. Carrie, despite his greening skin and a little bit of decay that you can see starting to form on his cheek, you recognize this as Nicholas Weatherby, the head of the IT squad. And as he and the other IT kids, they're adults, these are grown-ass zombies, come shambling out of the staircase, their arms reaching out. All four of them immediately turn to Lucy. Two of them stay back by the door, though, ready to pounce on everyone else. But they have a goal in mind. First things first. Equal.
I'm so sorry, boss. Nick, I told you we will have the pizza for you next week. He's completely oblivious, just walking toward them to have a conversation and lead them back inside to get back to where they belong.
As you are walking over to them, Tom, Brian turns and he looks at you with a pizza, and he is going to pounce and turn your face into a pizza.
Yeah, there is a blood-curdling scream, and then there isn't.
Lucy, you have now at this point 3 of them shambling towards you. Equal! And all 3 of them are going to take equal parts of you. It was going to be 4, 1 for each limb, but you know.
Yeah.
They'll take it
One
as
of them's
they can.
gonna get a bit more.
When
A
you
little
can't wait for
extra.
your pizza, you spoil their appetite. That's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, they're not gonna have a great meal because there's quite a few plastic parts
You're just the
in
appetizer.
everywhere. There's a lot of additives
Mm-hmm.
in Lucy, so it's probably not going to be good for their digestion.
A little extra microplastics. They might just kind of, once they realize that you were more of a takeout dish, just kind of take you out over the edge of the rooftop.
Yes.
Because let's be real, the full meal here is going to be Carrie. Like those little rhinestones, those are going to make some really nice teeth moment there. We'll have some
Right.
little jewelry
Have a really
going
nice
on.
mouth feel.
Yes,
Get a little
absolutely.
crunch.
Got a little crunchy going on there. And also, it's probably going to be the juiciest brain they get tonight. Let's be so for real.
Very well aged. It's very well aged.
It's been sitting in that barrel for quite a while there. We got a very robust flavoring.
I think, to add to this a little bit,
Yeah.
the way that Carrie, inadvertently gets involved in this, because Carrie was doing that, well, this is none of my business. And then it's the getting a little bit too happy about seeing Lucy get dismembered and getting distracted by that.
They just turn and it's like, oh shit, I should have ran. And then I feel like they save Ashton for last because they were going for brains.
Yes, but the thing is, Ashton is completely clueless, and they're just kind of standing on the rooftop, kind of applauding, and they're just like, "Oh, I love horror movies this time of year. What an incredible performance!" They fully think that this is just entertainment for them at the party, and then when the IT crowd keep advancing, they're like, "So, your department was in charge of the invitations, and I really hope that you do understand that you were also invited to this party. And the snacks are downstairs. What can I do for you, fellows?"
They've picked out a different snack.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, they have.
And I'm just like, well, you're welcome to. I see. I'm sensing a little bit of discontent in this group. So if we could all just take a breath and maybe, you know, the end of year survey just went out. I would appreciate it if you would feel like, and then I just, yeah. Clueless to the end. They died as they lived.
Beautiful. And they try to break open that skull, and they're just greeted with
It's not
popsicles.
a lot. It's kind of, it has the nutritional value of like a sponge.
Beautiful. And as the bloodbath occurs, we see Lucy falling down the skyscraper. Anybody who's lucky to look out the window when we get back from our commercial break might get to deal with those other horrors instead. But we'll go get some fresh air, folks, and be back in. This is me asking my great people 10, 15. What's the
I'm good
number
with
I'm supposed to
either.
say? We'll shoot for 10.
10.
See you in 10! My disembodied voice cut off, and I forgot that I had to keep counting in my brain. Hello, hi, welcome back to Diversity Saves Haunted Holidays. We are playing The Final Girl. As we go in, we last left off with our IT zombies having crawled their way up from the basement and attacking the CEO, their wife, the fun receptionist with all the hot goss, as well as our trusting middle manager, Tom. Bloodbath occurring on the rooftops. The zombies are now shambling down some stairs to find themselves at a corporate office party that they sent invitations out for, but were not expressly told that the invitations were also for them. You have to be very, very, very blunt with these fellas. You very explicit text. Also for you. But as we go into this final scenes, I do want to remind our folks at home, we do have donation incentives going on right now for Diversity Saves, as we're trying to fundraise money for them. And you can definitely take a look. You have an opportunity to gift a player of your choice extra card. Those are going to be coming in handy here in the next couple of minutes for $5. For $10, you could potentially change the color of some cards in people's hands, whether that is a victim or zombies. We shall see. There's a $20 incentive where you could gift every player an extra card in their hand. We have a $25 autosave or kill, which will be coming into play here shortly. Lucky Bob. Or for $75, maybe if somebody dies, maybe you liked Ashton a lot back up there on the rooftop, you could bring them back to life. Or we could make Carrie's rhinestone sweater the center of attention again. Anyways, not the point. It is the point. As we have our zombies shambling down the stairs, moaning and groaning, the blood of their superiors. Who's superior now? Dripping from their mouths. We pan back to an office party. Where's everybody at currently? Who do we have in this scene?
I think Delilah has gone to the bathroom to like fix her hair and stuff because she's getting promoted. She has to make sure that everything looks nice. She has to like come out looking, perfect. And she's kind of like looking in the mirror at herself and kind of making adjustments and going through like the speech that she's rehearsed in her head for this promotion that she is certain she is going to get.
Colin is definitely coming back from a supply closet that's on this floor, with basically party favors in hand. Party favors being like actual good drinks, because we have an alcoholic janitor. There's going to actually be good drinks. And it's just in case Delilah needs liquid courage. And it's that. And then it's a very like prepackaged looking what was the word I'm looking for? Not prepackaged. It's a very neatly wrapped little box that they had stashed in the supply closet because they were actually going to give a present on Christmas or closer to Christmas or whenever we came back from like the holidays as an office. And that's just kind of like drink in one hand, gift in the other. And they look like they're contemplating, and they're just leaning outside of the door of the bathroom waiting. And probably having like a side conversation with Sterling. Because Sterling let them hide something in the janitor's closet.
Steve or Batman, would either one of you like to lay claim to Sterling here and now?
I'm too afraid.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I don't think we've actually met Sterling face to face yet, so just trying to remember what kind of voice did he have? We haven't actually found out yet.
Yeah.
You tell us what is Sterling's voice as Colin has recently, you know, talked to him, brought him out. He had to get into the little extra supply closet you guys have hidden on the little, you know.
I was only planning on a little bit, but I suppose there's enough to share. It's Christmas time.
I mean, I left you a whole new bottle behind the mop bucket that never gets used.
That's a very
Merry
nice,
Christmas.
very nice of you, ma'am.
I mean, Santa's elves, I guess, could be a little tall. I don't think my ears are pointed. I do know somebody who has their ears pointed, though. But they said they were born with that.
Maybe they're born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Something like that.
Maybe they're born with it. Maybe it's body modification.
Yeah. I'd like to think that Harvey is standing just inside like these glass double doors that are into, or like doors with like a glass window in them, and he thinks he's hidden, but he's not. He's just standing at the window, and because he has this strange kind of paternal protection over Colin, and he hates Sterling so much because Sterling undermines his authority as the landlord. He's just standing there like heavy breathing, watching them because he's like, nothing is gonna happen to my Colin. I will keep them safe. I will keep Colin safe. And he's standing too close to the glass, so it's just like the condensation is it's like coming out. Like he thinks Sterling is a bad influence.
Harvey might be the true terror of this one shot. So
Oh
for
no, Diamond, you're muted.
Oh no, you're fine.
So for each of you, we're gonna go ahead and go around and draw a card. For the sake of the site, just so you know, you just drag it down to the little white box at the bottom of your screen, and then nobody will see your cards.
Got it.
You'll go ahead and draw a card, 1 for being in the scene, and then you gain 1 for every relationship that you have formed.
Playing as one character?
Yes, just as
Okay.
the one character you currently have introduced.
Do those relationships still count even if the people are dead? Who I'm in the relationship with, for example?
Yes.
Right.
So I should have 1 plus the number of relationships I have?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
That's a great way to word that.
Got it.
And then let me know once everyone has gathered all of their cards. So I'm gonna go around, make sure.
Sterling's ready to go.
Harvey is primed.
Yep, I'm good.
I'm solid.
Okay. All right. And then I am all the cards in the center as the zombies. All right. So as you all are hanging out in the hallway waiting to, regather your little trio of misfits, if you will. We've got our Nepo baby in the bathroom, and then our intern and our janitor hanging out. It's a misfit crew of toys. It's a great time. And then you got Harvey down at the end of the hallway, just staring them down, watching, always watching. Unfortunately, Harvey, you're not always watching back. And you happen to be standing in the stairwell. It was the best place to find a door that you could kind of creep behind and look out a window without, everyone in the office actually staring you down from behind. You have a little bit of a brain rattling around there, Just, yeah, a little bit. So as you are standing there looking through the doors, you hear them. You can hear their footsteps hitter and slide. Old worn Converse just dropping from concrete stair. And you can hear their heavy breathing behind you. Equal. Another one. Pizza. That's Brian. And
I
so,
think initially Harvey is going to, he hears the footsteps and is like, that's a lot of footsteps. There's a limit. There's a fire limit to how many people can be in the stairwell. Well, stairwell.
All
And
right.
that's when he clocks them.
And as you clock them, we're going to have our first draw of the night. So the way will work is you will get to pick a card from your hand that you want to play against the card that I am going to randomly draw. After this card has been played, anyone that has a relationship with Harvey may have an opportunity to help or hinder it. If you're helping, that'll give you the opportunity to make your card, make Harvey's card better. If you're hindering, it'll make it worse, or potentially make mine better. So. All right, you ready to do this, Harvey?
Yes.
Okay. I will let you throw out, for sake of simultaneousness, I'm going to let you throw out your card first since you are picking, and then I will click my card.
Okie dokie. I shall do this.
Me staring at my camera, having no idea what's going on here. It's like I'm asking for tips at work.
Do I click on the card and drag it into the minute?
Yes, and it should flip it.
Right.
If not, you might have to click it.
Okie dokie.
All right. So you've got a heart. That's red.
Yes.
So red's already
Wait,
looking
diamond.
good. Yep, and you got
Diamond.
diamonds. We're looking
Pointy.
good. We're looking good. We're gonna click. We've got a 4 and a 5. We've got, so the way this works for my friends at home, because this is actually a really, really good dynamic to get this started on, is it's bloody beats black. So red will always beat black. And then stabby beats round. And then at that point, if we have a situation like this where they are the same suit, it goes to the higher draw.
That's so close.
It is. So Harvey has the opportunity to run as the zombies come shambling down the rest of the hallway.
I think he will fumble at the door handle, muttering under his breath, like, "Use this is terrible." Blah. burst through the door, slam it behind him, and then um, um, walk right up to Colin. Complete like he will look at Sterling and give them a total death glare, like, but turn to Colin straight away and say, "Look, you know those movies you recommended to me, the ones with the zombies,
Zombies.
yeah, yeah, um,
You can hear the door for the stairwell rattling as Harvey is pointing back in that direction. And it's like right, as he's pointing, that you all can hear the hinge and it kind of just push open and bang against the outer wall. This would echo loud enough too that Delilah would be able to hear it in the bathroom. They begin shambling.
Yeah, so I think Delilah's just like, hey, excuse me, I'm not done getting ready. Like, just wait outside. I'm gonna be promoted anytime now. Leave me alone. Like, I'm gonna go back to like kind of, redoing my lipstick and fixing my hair.
Absolutely.
Pointedly,
Iconic.
yeah, pointedly not going to address this. I'm just like, excuse me, you're like, you're cramping my style. Like, this is rude.
Sterling figures he's seeing things, but he's not mistaking Harvey being an ass again. He, love you too, man. And he smacks Harvey on the back and kind of shoves him forward. So
you're wanting to swap out the four we had?
Uh-huh. Swapping that out with a round black card.
With a round black card. Because bloody beats black and stabby beats round. That's a double whammy.
Oof.
Harvey.
Oh my word.
You are shoved forward into the shambling arms of the IT workers from several floors below.
Oh no.
And they
I think
No, go ahead.
I think Harvey isn't very good socially, but he is the landlord of the whole building, so I'd like to think he's got quite a bit of nutrition.
Okay.
In his brain. And I like to think they go there first.
Okay.
And his flat cap kind of falls off and is a bit spattered. And then Brian's gonna be like, oh, and take it and put it on and make it his own. I like to think in his last moments, Harvey is gonna kind of reach out to Colin and say, run, run. Because he cares about cares about little Colin.
Cares about little Colin. And as you hear Harvey screaming out, run, run, that final command spills with a gurgling as his voice is stolen by the sounds of shredding flesh. Sterling and Colin, what are you two doing as you are seeing the building owner essentially just getting ripped apart?
I am ducking into the bathroom.
It's the same bathroom that I also am in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna be like, hey, I told you, and I'll turn around and see that it's Colin. I'll be like, oh, hey, bestie, how's it going?
Zombies.
What?
They're zombies.
Really?
Brian's a zombie. Brian from IT. Brian from IT is a zombie.
Who's Brian from IT?
Fair.
Okay.
And I am going to. Is Harvey coming with me? This is Diamond asking Steve.
Sterling, yeah.
Sterling.
Sterling. Yeah, is Sterling coming with me?
Yeah, I think he still thinks he's seeing things.
Okay.
You know, he's been, even for him, he's been drinking hard today for the party.
That's fair. So you're saying Sterling's kind of lagging behind?
Okay, all right. I don't want to leave him without any chance at all. He's grumbling, putting away his bottle, and he pulls out his mop and he starts cleaning the floor. As far as he's concerned, he's just going back to work. Tactically, he's making some difficult trimming.
Sure. I like it. Okay. Okay. I got you. It's not a rule in the game, but for the funsies of it, I'll let you switch a card after the fact. As these zombies are coming. Might give you the chance, might not. So if you want to go ahead for Sterling and throw out your card as Nick. He's got, yeah.
Rules question. So I know bloody beats black and stabby beats round. Which one takes priority?
Color.
Okay.
So bloody. That's a little stabby party there. Okay. We'll
I've
see
got a
what
2 of hearts.
2 of hearts. Oh. Against a 5 of clubs, which will have that 2 of hearts just win.
Oh, I think that's a spade.
Spade? Yes. Either way, bloody beats black. And you watch as Nick wasn't wearing, sometimes he wears like a Sperry, a bit of a boat shoe. It's what makes him feel a little, more well dressed, a little bit more presentable for business meetings. But he was a little spicy today because he didn't get this invite to the corporate office, and he's going to turn his whole department into zombies and ruin things. So instead, he just wore some Keds, and Keds aren't necessarily always super slip resistant. Not that Sperry's are either, but you get the point. And he gets that little like moment there. Before he starts trying to shamble with a hand against the wall, and you see the bloody handprints.
Just so I have it straight in my head, this is the same IT professional who took out Harvey.
Brian's still eating Harvey.
Okay.
There's several of them.
Yeah, I think for the time being, he's continuing.
He's gonna just keep mopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grumbling about people who ignore the wet floor sign, which he has not, in point of fact, placed.
Who needs a wet floor sign? Well, Nick is shambling towards Sterling. A couple of the other zombies are dipping into the bathroom because Brian has taken care of Harvey, and honestly, there's not going to be too much left over on that by the time Brian's done with it. He's the pizza boy like that. He went down hungry, and that only just grew as the virus spread. And the zombies.
And Harvey is hearty. He's hearty.
Got a good gut. And a zombie comes shambling into the bathroom.
Yeah, so when the zombie comes into the bathroom, I'm just like, see, why is everyone here to like ruin my promotion? You know, like I'll turn to the zombie and just say, like, you know, that resentment that you have for me just because like I'm, you know, the most competent person here and like I'm just the best, like it's really bad for your skin. Like, obviously, I think you should like take that resentment and channel it into something like productive. You know, you also could be where I am right now, but you're too busy thinking about me, I guess, which, you know, fair enough, but please.
You best.
Yeah, exactly. So like we
And
can either be friends or like, you know, it's your funeral. Okay, I'm gonna pick a card to play.
pick a card. And honestly, Colin, if you'd like to play in the card in this situation too, because the zombie would go lumbering towards you both.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
picked the
it's definitely going to be going for both of you. So
yeah,
if you'd like to
I
draw
played the
one,
9 of diamonds.
9 of diamonds, I like it.
Okay,
Got 2
And
of
we got 2 of
diamonds.
diamonds.
come
And y'all
on,
will
we can do
both be
this.
going against this one card.
Yeah,
Thankfully.
Thankfully.
yeah. I think what happens is I'm just like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I have a promotion to get to. I want to grab Colin's hand and just like push past these zombies and I'll see the carnage that's in the hallway and I'm gonna be like, "Ugh, you know what? I bet this was Lucy. She's like always trying to like outdo me." And I'll just step over the guts and stuff that are in the corridor and just like go to like the center of the office.
I think the entire time Colin's just like, all right, we just shoved past the zombie. Sterling's
You know,
still
has anyone
alive.
told them that they have like a really bad breakout problem? I think it's because these people like never go outside.
I don't try to judge people by their skincare. I got you a Christmas
Yeah.
present. If we survive this, you can have it.
Oh, we will. Don't worry.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
something for you too.
Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. Okay, there's still zombies. Let's get going.
Are
Okay.
either one of you grabbing Sterling?
Yes,
Or
like
have
try
I'm
like
not.
just kind of like the other hand is like Sterling, Sterling.
What? I'm just doing my job. What? What do you need?
Somebody spilled something on the table. Come on, let's go clean it.
He grumbles and tags along.
Okay. As y'all are making your escape into the main office party, I'm gonna have you all pull a card as the zombies come shambling your direction, and they are all going to try and lunge out at you. The one in the bathroom, especially, is really upset, and you can hear it. There's a little extra like gargle to their moans.
Pull a card, meaning play one of the ones from the start of the scene?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think once they enter, Reba is going to be there, like with the bowl of punch, just like draining it, being like, we shouldn't let that go to waste. Where have y'all been? It's been lonely here all by myself.
All right. We're gonna flip it.
Should Reba pull one as well, or?
Not yet. This is before they get into the office, but we'll.
Shit.
Okay,
Good.
this is the opportunity for cards. If anybody wants to use any relationship moments. For our folks at home, what we have currently on screen is a 8 of clubs, a 6 of spades. I am so bad at black cards. I am so sorry. Spades, 6 of diamonds, and 10 of hearts with the zombies with a queen of diamonds.
Is this any particular zombie?
I don't have anything.
It is all of them are kind of coming and
Yeah.
lumbering.
Oh,
They have
Reba's
finished
relationship
with Harvey.
I think Sterling still has his mop. He didn't drop it. No. We've all had the conversation about the fire marshal and limits. You'll have to leave. He takes his mop like sideways and is trying to push the zombies back out. He's
Okay.
going to give the zombies a 2 of clubs. No, 2 of
Heck
spades.
yeah. 2 of
Yay.
spades.
Yep.
I've got you, Steve. I'm so sorry.
Fantastic.
I ruined it. Heck yeah. So as we got the turning around, you all are able to get into the main part of the office party and get that door shut.
Mhm.
So that will bring Reba into the scene, chugging a bowl of the remainder of punch, and you would see the 3 of them coming in with zombies on the other side of the sliding glass doors.
Finished gulping it like, is that a flash dance? Are they doing a flash dance over there? You know, they used to do those in my hometown, but it was only the class of 83 and there was only 4 of them. So it didn't really work that well. But I thought your city folk were more distracted to do that kind of thing. And I don't care for their outfits.
Okay. Yeah, you all are in the same room now as Reba, who is calling out them zombies. What are y'all doing?
I am just gonna start being like, okay, so I guess like nobody else is here on time, so I guess I'll just get us started. I would like to thank everybody in this company for recognizing my brilliance, and I just start my acceptance of this promotion that doesn't even, like, we don't even know if it even exists. Like, I just start my speech.
I feel like Colin's just trying to move you away from the door. It's like this place. It's like there's better lighting over here. There's better lighting over here.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh yeah, so true, bestie. So yeah, I would like to thank, and then just I start again in the better lighting.
Yes. Better
And
lighting is
Reba's
just
like,
not in front of the door.
oh, we're starting something. Oh, all right, all right. Takes a seat like across from Delilah and like is like nodding along like that, you know, that is so true. This gratitude right here. This is the foundation of our company, I swear.
And as you're talking about gratitude, Reba, you all can hear the groans and the grumbles on the other side of these zombies who are, would be very, very thankful to get in through the door, and they're calling out about equality. Bees. Yeah, they're mad about the worker bee comment from earlier still. And they're slamming on the glass. And Brian's banging on it. And you can start to see the glass start to warble.
Oh, you know, I did keep bees for a summer when I was in high school. Um, you know, they say they sting you a lot more, but I used this homemade peppermint oil that I had and kept them away. Perfect. Yeah. Reba's not talking to anyone specifically. She's just like talking.
Yeah.
Sterling's looking around. He's looking at the 3 of you. He's looking at whatever's on the other side of the glass. He's still not entirely sure that he believes what he's seeing, but he knows that hat.
Yeah.
He knows Harvey's hat. And he's gonna bustle over and step through the door and grab the cap, and that's the last thing he ever does.
Yeah,
It
because
is
the
definitely
way
the
that
last
would
thing because I have no cards
No
left at all.
Oh.
So the remainder of the party would then watch as Sterling opens the door
Ooh.
to get the hat. I love that you had a hat right
Yeah.
there.
He was so ready.
Hilarious. That is
That was so
beautiful.
good. I
Yeah.
yeah. I think I'm
Uh.
gonna like wrap up my speech and then be like, and so as my first act, as like in my new managerial position, it seems I have some new responsibilities to take care of. And I want to like, if you're like, you're dead already, right? Like,
Yeah, Sterling is being
Sterling is
eaten, I
dead.
would assume
Okay.
at this point. Yes,
I'm
he
gonna kind
reaches
of
in, Brian grabs him, and
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like shut the door behind Sterling and be like, okay, so I guess it's my responsibility to keep people safe now or whatever. I don't know.
so as you're going to shut the door,
Mhm.
they're gonna try and grab at you. 100%. 'Cause
Fair
they're gonna
enough.
start trying to get in. This is where the brains are.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
So is Ace
Re-
high or low in this
Ace is
game?
high, deuce is low.
Okay. Let's see.
And if you haven't already, Batman for rebuff, you want to make sure you draw the appropriate number of cards. Yeah, no, you are good. And then Steve, that being said, if you want to get Bob on deck once we resolve this, we'll
Jeez, I have 3 cards
introduce him how he
left, and
moves.
plus the one that I just played. This shit. Hopefully, this is good.
All right.
Did I redraw then? Because I have 3 left over from Harvey.
Yeah, you can go ahead and redraw.
Right.
All right, you ready, Sebastian?
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's do this. And we got an ace of hearts and a 6 of hearts. So you go over there and are just like, and you
Yeah.
get that door shut.
I kick them with like my very pointy heel, and it goes. I just want to send it flying, and I'll lock the door, and I'll be like, right then.
If I can suggest something, Sterling left his mop behind, which I'm thinking would fit very nicely through the handles of the door to.
Oh yeah, as like a
Yeah.
barricade. Yeah, we can use that. Good idea.
Does Carrie keep her heel? Oh, sorry. Delilah. Sorry.
She wants to.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but it's also funnier if like it gets lodged in the zombie and I'm just like
Lodged.
with one shoe. So yeah, I think that it gets lodged in
Yeah.
the zombie and like the zombie takes the heel with it as it goes flying. And I'm just like, "Ugh, well, I'll just eye roll and take the other one off and like kind of hold it in my hand and ready to use it as a weapon next time that comes.
Practicality, girl. Practicality. I like it. Those heels, they're not useful for running away.
Yeah, anything can be a weapon if you try hard enough.
Yep.
Where is Bob and what has Bob been doing?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So if you're all retreating like through the office at this point, is that what I'm?
Yeah, I imagine like main receptionist area, a bunch of cubicles, and we are moving back into the cubicle portion at this point.
We start hearing from off camera, and Bob and Colin are in the records room, desperately shredding the documentation for the project that went so badly wrong downstairs.
Colin's just confused why he's there or why they're there. Colin's just confused a lot. I think Colin's more so like looking for a weapon, if anything. Like you know the paper slicers?
Yeah, yeah.
Colin is currently trying to dismantle that to get the blade. Not doing a very good job and finally gives up and is just like, why are you shredding papers right now? That doesn't need to be a thing. Realizes can turn the paper shredder into a bludgeoning object and now is going with that. And it's just kind of like over the shoulder. Looking confused at Bob and Bob's actions.
You've got to understand your priorities, man. Corporate
Good luck with that.
liability is a bear.
Sure.
Meanwhile, I'm like just outside in the hallway. Reba's going through her purse and pulling things out, and she's like, and that's my fox taser, and this is mace, but it's a special brand, so it's still like it still brings the pain, but it smells nice at the same time, so you don't have to suffer too. This is my switchblade. You know, last time I used this was actually with my cousin on the farm. There was a particularly saucy weasel, I tell you. But don't worry, I dispatched him quite forthwith. Yeah. She's just pulling out all these things that she
Yeah.
just had with her.
I'm
I
just
love-
looking at this like arsenal of weapons coming out of the handbag, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I think that I see. You have a very diverse skill set, seems.
You know, you've got to be prepared for anything in the country. You don't know who or where or what's going to happen. But it's the surprise that makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Is Delilah gathering a weapon as it seems like the crew is arming up?
Yeah, I have the other like stiletto that I had, so
Okay. Excellent. It is as you all have gathered your weaponry that you hear the shattering of glass on the other side of the office. And you can hear them calling out for equality, for pizza, for Bob, for brains. And as they come shambling in, I'm gonna have everyone roll or everyone play a card.
oh geez, we're getting down to the
We're
wire.
getting down to the
I don't have a
wire.
lot to choose from.
Very little choice.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a reveal of our cards all at once?
Yes. All right, everyone ready? All right, bring it. We
Oh,
have,
shit.
oh, we've got with these zombies, a King of Hearts. We've got a 3 of diamonds on the playing field, a 10 of clubs. This one's actually clubs. A 5 of hearts and an ace of clubs.
Okay. Sorry,
Um,
how does the swapping mechanic work again?
So if you are friends with someone, you can give them the benefit of swapping out their card for a better card that'll survive. If it's a rivalry, you would be able to swap out the killer's card.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's screwing, you get the choice.
Okay. I would I think I can swap out the killer's card because I have a rivalry with
You have a
Bob.
rivalry with Bob.
Yeah, I do. And Bob is still here.
And Bob is still here.
Bob is still here. So I think I can do that.
They're calling for Bob.
It's true.
By name.
Yeah.
He's got no chance.
What do we got? What are we swapping it in for? I'll let you reveal. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
I'm so
kind of-
glad. I didn't want everyone to die.
Right, like I just think that like she has experienced ridiculous character growth in like the last 20 minutes to be and now she's like, okay, well I'm a manager now. Okay, let's do that.
Let's manage. So tell me, how do you manage to get this ragtag group past? Oh,
Just pointing out,
yes.
that's pointy.
It's black
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
It's
But
black.
among the
Same.
blacks, the 10 and the ace are
Oh,
round.
we do have stabbies.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh, so
Yeah.
Bob still lives.
Oh, so Bob is still dead.
No,
Okay. Or
because
no.
as the zombies would be lunging for Bob, Bob ducks out of the way because Bob knew what was coming. He was shredding papers about the failed secret project that was happening downstairs. Bob ducks out of the way. But who was nearby? Reba.
Oops.
Oops.
That's a wrap.
Whoopsie.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
If you're good
No,
with
that was a good call though on Steve's part. I definitely am bad at the pointing on that one. It's very
Yeah.
round. Very
No,
round.
that's fine. I think that
Yeah, do you have
As the zombie wheels towards her, she's gonna be like, well, I ain't going down without a fight. And out of her
or bump it?
what is it called? Yeah. She's gonna slip a can of like an actual can of hairspray that's illicit because it's not allowed, and she's gonna pull out a lighter and be like, like, burn, suckers, burn. But it like I like to think as she presses it,
Mm-hmm.
it's like because she used so much on her hair, it doesn't quite work, so it just does like a pss, and there's a little teeny tiny fireball that goes pss, and then she falls
It gives you
victim.
a nice broiled taste. A little barbecue
Yeah.
as Brian and his cohorts begin to chow down. But Nick,
It'll come to the metallic from the hairspray.
okay.
They have to get round that to get to her brains. So they might struggle a bit initially to be like,
Eh,
eh.
eh.
Bad mouthfeel.
Bad mouth feel. It's got the tinglies to it a little. Yeah, we're not gonna get too descriptive on that. It's gonna make my tongue feel funny. Nick does not get distracted by Reba. So that is your numbers dwindle to help you out in getting the remainders, Delilah. Tell me how you got past them and how you're getting out. What does that look like?
I think because Reba was so determined to like go down with a fight, I think that like did you open the door and go towards them? Like
Oh, they were in. They were coming
yeah.
towards y'all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They've broken the glass.
I think that we're in this like side room. I think I'll like actually kind of look around. I'll notice that there's like a kind of, emergency exit situation. I'll be like, oh, I didn't know this was here. I mean, I guess I had no reason to come in this room before because, I was too high up, right? So I'll go through there, not knowing where it goes.
And you lead everyone along with
Yeah.
you.
And I'll be like, okay, this way. Says exit. So
Okay. You all begin to head for the exit, but in a last desperate attempt, Nick is also going to try and shamble along. It seems at the start that you guys are going for it. The hallways are dark. This part of the building didn't have any power on because Harvey was very specific about his bills and his electricity. And you all had a nice, good dim lighting going for your corporate office party. But this part of the building is dark. And so all you can hear approaching behind you is the sliding of old, crusty Converse and corduroy brushing against the tile below. And you can hear Nick drooling and saying, Happy holidays. And we're gonna play our last round of cards.
I only have one card left.
That was my card from last time. Yeah, that's okay. There's the blank cards we got there.
So is the theory that Bob actually lives, or that he had his one time?
Bob is still here.
I think Bob is still alive.
Yes, Bob is
Yeah.
with Delilah. Bob ducked. Bob bobbed and weaved.
Yeah, I just wasn't
Yes.
sure whether that
Yes.
was, he
That
will
is
be
his
fine,
save
or
in and
just
running.
That was his one.
Oh yeah, no,
save.
that
Okay.
that is his
Just
auto
making
save.
sure.
That is he is fine right now. He is making it. He is in this exit dark hallway with Nick on your tails for the final reveal. We ready?
Oh,
Good night.
that is a high card.
All right. This is last call for any relationships.
I have no cards left.
Um,
I don't have
anything for
anything helpful. Like in the card suit dominance, I don't have anything helpful. I don't think I do. No. I don't remember which one was greater than and less than in math. Because the cheat sheet, it doesn't have
Yeah.
like
yeah.
So I just for our viewers at home,
Mhm.
the zombies have a 9 of hearts.
Yes.
Mhm.
Bob has an 8 of diamonds. We've got a 6 of spades.
For Delilah. Yeah.
So I have 2 bloody stabby cards, but they're both less than 9. So ultimately they wouldn't.
If they're stabby, they'll beat the
I thought Stabby is like the highest suit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, diamonds beats hearts.
So diamonds
sorry,
beat hearts.
sorry. No,
Yeah.
I'm getting that wrong.
Oh,
But
backwards you got hearts.
they are hearts, but they're
Okay.
the 8
They're lower
and the
than that.
7.
And the 7. No!
Which thankfully saves me from having to decide, would Bob actually use a card if he actually had something that could help?
So, as Nick comes shambling down the dark, Colin and Delilah, I'm gonna let y'all tell me how it happens.
Colin's just gonna be like, it's like, yeah, totally. Don't look back here. You keep going. And it's going to slip the box into Delilah's pocket, basically.
Oh,
Of
like the
whatever
gift?
Yeah. It's a small box.
Yeah.
It's a little jewelry box that's all wrapped up. And it's just gonna be like, yeah, you were a wonderful friend. Thanks for being nice to me. I need to go have a conversation with Nick, just like intern. So you go do that. Just go keep
Wait, bestie,
being,
are you crazy? Do you want to die?
no, but I also don't want you to die. So just keep looking that way.
Yeah.
Because you don't need that kind of trauma. Think of it as you can dedicate a chapter of your book to me. It's just push.
Right. And I think that, I mean, we're in this narrow corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that there is, I don't know, maybe there's like another zombie coming towards me, and I'm like, well, it's death either way, so I will run back and I'll follow Colin. And I'm just like, no, we can die together. It can
All
be
right.
super dramatic. Like, if we have to die, then maybe someone will write about us.
That's also true. I got you a really nice necklace with your birthstone on it. It's actually real gold. I picked up
Okay,
a
let me
second
just.
job to get that for you. So like,
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm gonna
yeah.
open it. Can I just put it on before and then like the last thing you see
Yeah.
is like
Well,
like the stone spatters with blood.
Blood,
And like
yeah.
we
Yeah.
collapse, the blood pools. You see like her hand, like
yeah.
Dramatically fall over, and then like Collins falls, and a lone like Skittle comes rolling out of
Yeah.
his sleeve there.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
yeah, so also Delilah did not in fact have a gift for Colin. This is so sad. She's a terrible
Colin was
person.
so fine with that. Colin actually
Colin
doesn't like
They
gifts.
shouldn't have been
will
fine with
never
that.
know.
Yeah,
Never know.
but it's okay. We died together. It was dramatic.
So,
It's
Bob,
so sweet.
I hope they know to credit me as a manager. I'm
I
dead.
died as a
Yeah.
leader.
Yeah. I'm dead. Good night.
Bob, you hear these 2 children, because I mean they're not like significantly younger than you, but they're younger than you. Just that nice age gap enough that these are children.
Yeah.
And you can hear the zombie getting them from behind. Their foolish decisions. How do you get out, and how do you feel?
Um, so we've got one zombie left. We got Nick.
Nick is eating right now. Nick is devouring Colin and Delilah, and this is your chance to get out that front door and run home free.
I think I think he stays to watch to make sure that the two of them are gone. The final zombie is still, it's ragged now, but still in collar and tie and everything. And he grabs the zombie's tie, feeds it into the paper shredder, and just walks away.
So cool.
It was like leaning over, eating freaking Colin, and you're just like, and here you go. And you
Yeah.
could hear that flesh shredding. And then there's moments where like it's starting to get jammed up because this is fabric and parts that don't go in shredders. And you can hear the container hitting the walls. It's like the explosion going off behind you, but the explosion is blood.
Yeah. And true to that Hollywood moment, he doesn't even flinch at the behind him.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
And Bob makes it out as the final girl.
Yeah.
Valid.
Someone
like
in the
Bob's-
chat called it from the beginning. They were
Yeah.
like, Bob will live.
Congratulations, Bob.
I feel like Bob's the reason there's going to be a sequel of another zombie outbreak somewhere.
But it's Bob's fault.
Yeah.
So bad.
Bob had to live for the sequel.
Yeah.
Bob starts his own corporation, and the office mergers. I see it. It's playing out now, but that's for somebody else to tell a story there, my friends. That being said, thank you all so much for coming out. Thank you to my wonderful cast here. And thank you, of course, to Diversity Saves. They'll be having several games going on throughout the remainder of the month with plenty of opportunities to donate to a great cause. We'll go down the line as we have before. Let everybody get a little close and outro there, my friends, if y'all are down and good.
Yeah.
Sorry, things popped up in the chat. And we'll rock and roll from there. But Sebastian, we'll start with you.
Yeah. Hey, I've been Sebastian. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find me at sebastianyue.bsky.social. So that's SEBASTIANYUE, all one word. Thank you. This is fun.
Thank you. Steve.
Hi, I am Steve. When I'm not savagely murdering all of my colleagues, I'm an actor storyteller. I play on actual plays all over Twitch and YouTube, and I am looking forward to Silent Night of the Living Dead 2. It came upon a midnight of the Living Dead.
Wonderful. Diamond.
Hiya. Since you saw both of my characters die a gruesome death, you can now call me Diamond. If you enjoyed my performance here on the lovely game GM'd by Urvy, who did so fantastic, here on Diversity Save, which is a lovely channel, you should make sure to support them and give your donations if you have the ability. And you enjoy the kind of characters that I play, the kind of like airhead, but then also the kind soul who's just kind of here. I play variants of those characters a lot, along with a couple other ones. So if you would like to come in the new year with me to watch me play in actual plays, I'm on Tuesdays on Dinner and a Game where I play Bay the Very Human Hunter in a World of Darkness multisplat, where we're wrapping up our full like chronicle as a whole. And Bay is what I call gay with a death wish, but it's fine. They've got 5 points in firearms and a specialty in blind shot, but they are the only human, so they're very squishy. And then on Thursdays on World Tree Quest, I play Melusine Lusvestra, the Battlemaster Fighter, Path of the Ancestral Guardian Barbarian, who is self-acclaimed magically stupid, dating a lich, also dating a mermaid, apparently has a harem. That was an accident. Did you jokes about it a lot. Uh, and both those games, you can find the links to them in my Beacons link. And then I also have past interviews I've done, such as the one that I did with Dungeons and Degrees. Adrian from that and I sat down and talked about my experiences in the TTRPG sphere and the work that I do in nonprofits as a sex worker. And then also just all the fun stuff coming out next year. I've got 2 projects coming up with different publishers and different systems. So if you want to play a game with me, just send me a DM. Or if you're looking for a table, or if you're looking for a place to put your game, I'm always happy to help.
Heck yeah. And bring us on home, Batman. Definitely not.
Yes, I've definitely not been Batman. And hey, who knows? This has been so fun. Maybe you will find me eventually somewhere. Um, I've had such a wonderful time, and Diversity Saves has been so great in putting this all on, and raising money for a great cause. I'm just so grateful that I got to have this opportunity and play with all these awesome people.
It's been great having you, Batman. I've been, if we can't just a small little for a first time performance, heck yeah. But But howdy, thanks everyone. I'm Urvy Fitz. I've been your game master for the final girl for y'all today. You can find me across the internet at Caesar Slod. I am going to be on a variety of one-shots throughout the course of the next month over at Dinner and a Game and Live from the Apocalypse. You can also find me playing a halfling cleric over on Misadventurers Leagues on Tuesdays and on every other Friday. So actually this coming Friday, you can find me running and playtesting my new game, The Residents. But that is all I've got for you folks. So once again, thank you so much for coming out, and be out on the lookout for anything from Diversity Saves. Great organization. It's been awesome working with this channel. I'm from the South. I don't know how to say bye. It's 7 layers.